Chapter 161. The roots of the divine tree radiate a soothing blue aura, but the space around it is filled with a powerful, oppressive aura. This faint blue aura gently swirls around the large roots that are moving towards the elephant god and Xiaoling. The elephant god, exhausted, lies down, his face swollen like a pig's head. He sighs and whispers, "Finally, I can rest." Xiaoling feels the warm and peaceful breath from her master. She doesn't say a word, seemingly wanting to enjoy this sense of security a little longer. Eventually, she can't help but say, "Master," because the scene before her eyes is incredibly strange. A completely new divine tree, its tall and vast body is enveloped by a faint, elegant, and noble blue color. It's full of oppressive power, but also very refreshing. The divine tree affectionately looks at Xiaoling. This girl is really strong. The divine tree is satisfied and suddenly deploys a new skill, Life Essence Dance. Immediately within a radius of several tens of meters, a rain of life essence appears, and the whole space changes from a faint blue to a vibrant green. Xiaoling silently feels her body recovering vigorously. Her body no longer hurts, and her spiritual power continuously penetrates into her body from the outside. The elephant god can't help but stand up to see clearly. A magical rain, his physical strength is continuously being pumped in, recovering quickly. The divine tree gently says to Xiaoling, "You rest well, leave the rest to me." But at this moment, the elephant god rushes back and shouts loudly, "Xiaoling, just leave it to me." So, only the divine tree and these two invaders are left, the two sea kings. The mutated seahorse sinks into deep worry. Damn it! Letting this mutated tree successfully evolve to the transcendent fourth order, the aura it radiates now is a bit scary. Thinking about this, sweat continuously pours from the seahorse's forehead. The Black Shell King's eyes are still shining. He is not hesitant at all. He asks very succinctly, "So can we win or not?" The divine tree hears this and pouts, "Can we win or not? Do you still need to ask?" The two of them hear this and are confused. They don't understand. The divine tree turns his face as fast as flipping a book. One moment he is affectionate with his teammates, and the next moment he shows a fierce face like a demon. The divine tree roars in anger. "Of course you can't win." This turnaround really scared the two sea kings. Moreover, the strong breath of the divine tree even blew away the sweat on their faces. How did this guy become so grumpy? But being yelled at by others like this is also the first time. The two sea kings feel that their pride has been touched. The dog is desperate, so in the end, they have to risk their lives. After saying that, both of them transformed, becoming the most ferocious beast shape. The seahorse grew two large red horns, and the black shell grew large spikes on its back. Both of them yelled. At most, it's death. Without saying two words, the seahorse fired a water cannon, shooting straight at the divine tree. This time it was a continuous water cannon, full-force water cannon. More than a dozen powerful bullets like comets shot at the divine tree, and the Shell King also exerted all his strength, launched strengthened sulfuric acid, streams of hot acid like liquid feces shot straight at the divine tree. The divine tree is still there, calm as water, even though dozens of attacks are rushing like a storm towards him. Whoosh! The sound of tearing the wind rang out. A tree root began to move. No, it was two tree roots. They rushed out to block in front of the divine tree. The attack of the two sea kings was immediately blocked, then redirected and shot back. Then a scene of shaking the heavens and the earth. The ground behind became flat, no dead corners. You can see how strong the two mutated sea beasts are. But the divine tree still stands proudly. The faint blue aura still gently radiates the king's momentum. This image makes the two sea kings a bit stunned, so it didn't drop a leaf of the divine tree. The seahorse king blinked at the black shell king, immediately understood the intention of his teammate. The black shell nodded in agreement. The divine tree has a bit of doubt in his eyes, but he doesn't care much. It's just a little time to let the other party despair. Joint double bullet is deployed again. It seems to be the old trick. This is also the strongest trump card of the two beast kings. In a moment, the whole space trembles again. The spiritual power of the two sea kings continuously condenses, once again forming a huge spiritual power bullet. Boom! The bullet was shot at supersonic speed, a true destructive blow. The divine tree looks straight at this blow, a bit frowning. Boom! A loud noise like the sky is falling. Once again the whole area is submerged in the light of destruction. The whole land is shaking crazily, dust is everywhere. The Seahorse King anxiously looks at the smoke in front of him. Like checking a lottery ticket, his eyes dare not blink once. The divine tree is still safe and sound, but can't help but rise a disappointment. The divine tree yelled, "Damn it, is this your greatest courage?" A murderous intent radiates in the eyes of the divine tree. The game is over, Inferno Storm. The two sea beast kings are stunned. The sky is falling with small, fascinating, sparkling fire particles, but a second later, boom, boom, boom. This is the fire hell because the whole land where the two sea kings stand is submerged in bright red fire. Soon the smell of seafood is wafting deliciously. The two sea beast kings are free to jump around inside. Hot, hot, hot. The divine tree on the other side quietly watches, neither happy nor sad, but a bit pleasing to the eye, right? But at this moment, whoosh! A dark shadow tears through space and rushes over. It is the Shell King. His rushing speed is truly shocking. In the blink of an eye he is near the divine tree. The Shell King yells, "My sturdy shell is not so easy for you to burn." The whole body of the Shell King continuously spins. The spikes on his back instantly become a saw. Anything that touches it will be shredded. Boom, boom. The ground fortified by the divine tree can't stand it. It wants to crack due to these shocks. But it's unclear whether the Shell King has completed the damage to the divine tree or not. Cough, cough. On the other side, the seahorse is coughing hoarsely. Most of his body has been crushed. He uses all his strength to lift his head to look, but this scene makes him scared. His mouth is wide open and can't close. This. Damn it, is the Shell King being destroyed? A body full of blood, the Shell King is being tightly held by a root of the divine tree and is doing the action of wringing the neck to squeeze out water. The creepy cold sound of teeth grinding echoes throughout space. The divine tree lifts up the black Shell King. Blood slowly oozes out and flows down. The tree roots continuously emit a weird faint purple aura. The divine tree squints and asks, "There is one thing I don't understand. You guys can't live on the mainland, so why do you invade this mainland?" But before he could hear the answer, the Seahorse King has run away like crazy on 3 legs and 4 feet. "No, I must escape from this situation." But not successful. The next second, the seahorse has been caught. A ferocious root tightly bites his long nose. His whole body can't move. The divine tree glares at this coward and yells, "Still want to run?" Immediately the seahorse is tightened. Bones start to shatter. Muscles tear apart. Fresh blood crazily sprays out. He can only scream in extreme pain. But the more painful it gets, his 2 eyes seem to want to burst too. The divine tree then orders, "Answer my question." But the seahorse at this moment knows he has reached a dead end. Anyway, he will die. He rises a stubbornness. He laughs ha-ha and says, "Are you scared? Surely you are also worried about this answer. It makes you uneasy, right? Ha ha ha, just kill me." The divine tree at this moment also doesn't say much. If he wanted to answer, he would have answered, "Then you die." The whole area immediately freezes. Sharp ice spikes like swords rush up from the ground. Scrape. The 2 sea beast kings are immediately destroyed. Their whole bodies are still submerged in ice. But at this moment, the sky suddenly becomes dark and gloomy. The divine tree also unconsciously doesn't understand. Why is it so gloomy? It turns out it's not because the sky naturally darkens, but when the divine tree looks up, a huge figure is gracefully flying in the air. It has blocked the entire moonlight tonight. Is that a giant whale? End of chapter 161.